Hi there Virgo, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This is going to be your weekly intuitive tarot reading for July 6th to the 12th. Virgo, let's get started by shuffling out these oracle cards to see what your overarching theme or message may be for the week. Let's get the oracle card for Virgo. Here it goes. Oh, we've just had this one for, who was it for? The Scorpio. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking and keep facing your true north. So if there is a new path you've started walking or a decision that you've kind of made, it's saying that, you know, you're already doing it. You're already on the right track. So it's a great confirmation, that one, Virgo. Let's get out your Yogic path card. Lalita Tripura Sundari. Now, I hope I did a good job of pronouncing that one this time, guys. I will let you know, I have to look in the book for that one, and I will let you know in just a moment. And now we'll start on your tarot cards. First position I'm going to pull for here, Virgo, is going to be recent past energies that might be leaving, completing, transitioning through to this week, to see what you may be journeying. For Virgo, please. Get the card out. Here we go. Oh, dropped. Got two here. We have the beautiful Empress, okay, and we have the Five of Wands. Okay, there could have been some kind of, internal, external conflict that may have had an impact on you actually birthing something into the material realm, stopped you moving forward with something. Let's get your current focus energy out, start piecing together this picture. Coming out in twos here, Virgo. We've got the Nine of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so some stress here, but we're getting the vision and clarity. We're seeing the big picture this week, getting the information we need to move forward. Near future outcome energy, please, for Virgo. July 6th to the 12th. For Virgo, the Fool. You know what, that is that true north, standing on the edge there, about to leap into something. I was feeling that when I saw that card. So let's get the clarifiers out and just add that extra layer of information here. Let's clarify the Empress and the Five of Wands. Eight of Swords, yeah, I mean, that sort of definitely tells me that was probably an internal conflict, something that was stopping you moving forward, maybe your own self-limiting beliefs. Let's clarify that Nine of Swords and Queen of Swords. Haha, we have the universe, which is actually the world, going through a massive completion in your life, Virgo, in order to start a whole new journey here. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, look, there might be some indecision, feeling a little bit unsteady as you start to walk that new path. That's absolutely completely normal, Virgo. Okay, Virgo, let's read the cards here. I'm going to start with your Yogic path card this week. Now, this is a beautiful energy, Lalita Tripura Sundari. She is the goddess of erotic spirituality. You know what? She really is the Empress energy. So what it says here in the book, guys, it says, move towards what makes you feel sensual, awake, and alive. In our society, we've been taught to repress our divine feminine nature in order to be taken seriously. However, by doing so, we're only operating as half of a whole. Lalita has come to remind you of your inner tantrika energy, which oozes with erotic Shakti life force. What this really says to me, guys, it's time to embody both of your divine feminine and both of your divine masculine. We need to be an integrated whole to really access all of our life force energy. So that's a really beautiful reminder. And the Empress, I mean, this is the embodiment of the Empress, this card here. Now we also have you're already doing it. Stop overthinking and facing your true north. Now I've got the Nine of Swords in this reading. It tells me that maybe you've been overthinking something, overthinking a new direction or a decision. And it's saying, hey, you know what? Just let go a little bit. Trust, maybe take a leap of faith, tune into that divine feminine or divine masculine energy, operate on instinct and intuition. that can be better than, you know, pushing and trying to apply too much mind, thought and logic to decision making this week. Okay, let's read the cards here. Virgo, we have got the Empress, Eight of Swords, and the Five of Wands. Whew, okay, now this really tells me, this combination, that, you know what, the only person that you're battling here, Virgo, with is yourself. You know, the Five of Wands can be conflict, petty conflict, and I'm really seeing it as internal conflict with that Eight of Swords energy. The Eight of Swords is that feeling of being stuck, but it's usually at the limitation of our own mind. And with the Nine of Swords also in this reading, I'm thinking that, you know, your biggest enemy is your mind. You know, the Eight of Swords is about that kind of overthinking, overanalyzing, maybe slipping into victim mentality. That can happen as well. Maybe feeling a little bit lower on confidence and self-esteem. And there's a sense that might be holding you back, Virgo, from birthing your creations into the material realm, from delivering in life, from being creative, from feeling, you know, sensual, from feeling your divine goddess energy. So this is almost a story of embodiment this week. You're being asked to come back to your feminine power, to your intuition, and really getting back in that energy so that you can create what's needing to be created here, which could be anything, guys, from a new relationship to a new business, all of those kind of things. The Empress is the biggest card of possibility in the tarot, and she says whatever it is that you are desiring, Virgo, she can help you bring it to the material physical realm, but you need to believe first, because, you know, we can only create and expand in this world as much as we are feeling and believing, right? If our mind is limiting it, then it's quite possible that we will stop ourselves from really creating in our life. So the Empress is a beautiful energy. She wants to co-create with you, and she wants to bring your desires into reality. So I really love that energy. And it really says here this week that there's just such a big reminder, Virgo, that, you know, it's the mind that puts the limitations on us. If we can disconnect from the mind and kind of really operate from a place of body and intuition, that is really the key to accessing our inner wisdom. Now, current or focus energies, we've got the Universe, the Queen of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. Yeah. So this says to me that this cycle, Virgo, of overthinking and overanalyzing and being led by the mind is probably how you do life and have done for a long time. Generally, the way we show up in one area of our life is the way we show up in all areas of our lives. So do you find it difficult to make decisions about your career? Do you also find it difficult to make decisions about your partners? Do you overthink and overanalyze everything they do and the stories and get stuck in the scripts and that sort of thing? It's really saying here that this cycle needs to end in order for you to begin a whole new path, to birth those possibilities into the material realm. It's time to let go of a pattern here, a cycle in your life, and that cycle could be this being led by the mind. That's just one reading of this. The World card can mean that you are just closing out a massive life chapter. It could be the end of a relationship, it could be the end of a job, guys, but I'm really, really feeling this is the end of some kind of personal pattern or way of being that we're releasing. Because we can see here that that way of being has caused you, you know, stress. That overanalyzing, the overthinking, and being caught up in the mind is really self-limiting. We've had the Eight of Swords, we've had the Nine of Swords, but now we also have the Queen of Swords. Now she is like the healthy embodiment of our intellectual energy, because she knows how to use the mind in constructive ways, because she uses it to see the big picture, to see, you know, to sit on that cliff top, to see the big picture, to understand situations, and from that point she can make really clear strategic decisions on how to move forward in her life, right? She's empowered, she's embodied, she's embodying that divine feminine energy with the intellect, and she's the perfect balance. And just stepping into that for you, Virgo, is going to be a transformative. It's going to be a transformation. That's why the Queen of Swords wears that butterfly crown. So I really feel like you're stepping into, you know, moving into mixing that divine feminine and that divine feminine sensual energy, that, you know, being in the body, that intuition with the intellect. And it's from that place, it's going to be a bit of a quantum leap for you, ending that old cycle of being caught up in the mind, and seeing the big picture of how to move forward now. And I feel like there's something that you're on the threshold of. I mean, we see it in the Oracle card here, that person standing on that cliff, you know, about to take a really big step, about to take a leap of faith, because finally there's a sense of liberation and freedom from the stories of the mind that have held you back. You know, that's what the Empress has come to do. She's come to save you from the mind. I love that. Okay, in your near future outcome position here, Virgo, you've got the Fool and the Two of Crystals. Hey, we still see a little bit of that indecision here with the Two of Crystals, but you know, this could be because there's a new path opening up for you. There might be a little bit of indecision about which way to jump, but I think that you're really ready to jump. The Two of Crystals can be also that, you know what, you have a lot on your plate this week, that you might be feeling a little bit unsteady and ungrounded. Hey, there's a lot going on here, going through a big transition, so that can definitely be the case. Now the Fool is really saying, hey, there's a new path that is opening up. Are you going to leap into it? It's about having the trust, the hope, the faith that you are being led somewhere that's, you know, positive for yourself. And we have that, you're already doing it. We have that divine confirmation this week. This could be leaping into a new relationship, a new job, a whole new chapter of your life. It comes after the world energy. This is your new beginning, your new start that is divinely guided. We have the link to the sun energy there. Follow your instincts. It's fine to apply logic to a situation, guys, but we don't want to get caught up in the mind. We want to follow our heart as well. That's what the Fool does. It's about a reconnection with your rebel heart, your true higher self spirit, because that guides us to a life that's on purpose and aligned with who we truly are, not who we think we are, not who society wants us to be or our family wants us to be, who you want to be. It's time to walk that path now, and I think that might be what you're being called to do. This is stepping into your truth, letting go of what we feel we should do or who we think we should be in our life, and being who you truly feel called to be under that beautiful Fool energy. I think that is the story of this reading, guys. You're really stepping into your truth, you're really stepping into your power, and I think, you know what, that's good enough to leap into. Okay, Virgo, what a reading. It's a real sense of liberation and empowerment here. I love it. I'm going to leave it there, and I do hope you enjoyed the reading. Keep in mind though, it is a general reading for a collective, may not be your story this week. Feel free to leave me a comment. I try and read and respond to them all. I do read them all, I try to respond to them all. It helps me get to know you guys and connect with your energies, and I'll see you back here next week for another weekly reading.